Lil Yachty's Let's Start Here has been a very polarizing and ethereal experience. I haven't felt this kind of energy and ambience from Lil Yachty since 2016 when Lil Boat debuted Revolutionary, complete 180 from what anybody was expecting an album or even vocals to sound like. And without spending too much time in Lil Boat in 2016, it definitely was a game changer and a moment in Lil Yachty's career a moment in Lil Yachty that as his discography continued on. Not that for me, I was just like, man, he needs to make an album just as polarizing on Lil Boat. But the growth when it came to his vocals, when it came to the melodies and sort of the playful aspect of it, just didn't reach that same, I wouldn't say cap, that same level of Lil Boat as albums progressed, whether we're talking about Teenage Emotions, Lil Boat 2, so on and so forth. There were just certain moments of songs not being as polished. The vocals just weren't sounding as enjoyable as Lil Boat, but we did get a more serious approach to the rapping elements and some hard-hitting tracks that I enjoyed going all the way now into 2023. Let's Start Here being a psychedelic rock influenced album was something I didn't expect. I mean, when I found out that Lil Yachty was dropping an album was like when it already dropped, I believe Our Generation Music, they posted it and I was like, okay, Lil Yachty dropped an album. And then I started seeing memes of like, Lil Yachty completely changing his style. And I'm like, okay, that's exciting. Not just another rap album, something completely different. So I stopped myself before I got spoiled, gave it a listen, and it was exciting. It was exciting. It had, again, that same ambience that I had listening to Lil Boat the first time. My brain was just connecting all the little neurological wires in there like, all right, what's going on? This is good. This is exciting. This is refreshing. And we don't know what to make of it. And one of the standout tracks for me at the moment has to be Say Something. Of course, this is a track that has a beautiful music video along with it. A music video that sort of reminded me of Testing. Loved the direction it took, some of the psychedelic visuals as well. Loved the close-up shots of Yachty and the female in the music video, making it, you feel the emotion, you feel the expressions on the face. And the song itself, of course, so sort of like a love song based on what I'm listening to. Definitely a love song, Lil Yachty, definitely heart being broken. And again, the music video reminded me of something like A$AP Rocking throughout the Testing era, or just what his team is producing right now. So a big level up. And when it came to like the aesthetic, the saturated colors, it felt like it was just a true cinematic experience. And shouts out to the people that worked on the CGI as well. It was better than in Marvel movies at the moment, which unfortunately says a lot. It isn't even a point where it's just like, man, it doesn't say that much. Marvel movies, they've been on a decline. No, genuinely, it didn't feel like, oh, you could obviously tell. It's like, it's a little rough. The backgrounds are a little rough and the music videos are even hard. I'm like, no, this looks incredible. Definitely a high budget music video that, whether it gets like the views or not, worth every single penny. Yo, Lil Yachty, you did right. You did right with that. Shouts out to the whole team. Shouts out to the whole team on it. And to get a bit more organized here, I want to say, when it comes to the album reviews, because I still got some on the way. It isn't like, oh, I'm saying that, and it's like, oh, it's never gonna happen. I like to take my time a bit more. But with Say Something, be expecting it within the next, Say Something. With Let's Start Here, be expecting a music album review within the next 2 weeks. For the most part, most of the tracks I already got it memorized through my head. And it's not changing. My opinions aren't changing too much. Listen as the days goes on, which is good because I know, all right, I'm gonna be more or less set on this opinion on the music. So with that, I wanted to give you a timeline on here because, I gotta give y'all timelines instead of just randomly drop it. At times I do that, just randomly drop it. But Say Something is a track that from the hook, Lil Yachty just sort of fantasizing on the dream life, feeling that teen love, feeling like a teen again, sort of tapping into his youth. And one thing that I've noticed throughout the album is a big, not even a sign, a big step to some maturity on here. Some of the concepts and themes that Lil Yachty touches on is just growth, appreciation, emotional intelligence, and maturity. And this one being something more of a, sort of like a dream, sort of like a fantasy. Lil Yachty reaching out to like this love. And in the music video, it's funny because he's only been with the girl for about 2 weeks and he's already saying, I love you. which is dangerous. It's dangerous. Listen, fellas, to some of my female listeners too, some of y'all listening here, it doesn't matter how strong you feel it. You know, if for whatever reason you have to, like your heart is gonna pump out of your chest if you don't drop that L word. Don't drop, no, it's not taboo. The L word, don't tell someone you love them off the rip. Please, it's not gonna be pretty. We're gonna tie that in with Lil Yachty's track Pretty, which was a very pretty track. Okay, I'm done. Anyways, I found the singing on Say Something to be incredibly crisp. It didn't sound too echoey. It didn't sound too nauseating. Like the way Lil Yachty's able to pitch it, it's soothing. Shouts out to the people that mixed this track. And I do love the switch up towards the end of Lil Yachty, of course, saying, I need your love, I need your trust. And then just continuing on, it sort of sounds depressing, sort of like heartbreaking. And then tying it in with the music video when Lil Yachty was carrying the heart, it was just like, wow, this is excellently well done.